Hi. I've wanted to speak my mind on this for quite a while, and this is my fifth attempt at trying to record something like this without it being so messy. And I honestly don't even know if I'm going to be able to get this right at all. So, without further ado, I'm just going to say that I feel like I have lacked a sense of belonging somewhere in any community. Now, I also want to let me clear the air something real quick because there's a difference between friend group and community. Friend group is exactly that. It's a group of friends, a very small group of friends. A community to me is like it goes beyond a friend group. It's not just a place where it's like, "Oh, everyone is your friend here." It includes several other people that goes beyond friends. Now, in a sense, you can kind of use cuz like on cuz when I search up community definition, it says a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common. Yeah, so I feel like I have a lot of different interests in several different communities that I happen to share with other people. But the problem is, for me, is that I feel like I don't get seen at all for a lot of the stuff that I even try to do. Because, like, for example, I do a lot of nuzlocking, right? It's a Pokemon thing. So I do a lot of nuzlocking, and I wish I felt as integrated into the community as several other people are. Because there's a lot of streamers, there's a lot of nuzlockers who do the same thing that I'm also doing. Or rather, I'm doing the same thing as them. But the problem is that they're also really, really popular. I, however, don't see myself as popular, and it kind of reflects in the stream numbers as well. And just for the record, it's never a good idea to pay attention to numbers like I am right now. But if I were to like recall, I don't believe I have ever hit double digits when it comes to viewer numbers more than 3 times out of the out of the 6 years as of now that I have been streaming. Only 3 or so times do I recall hitting double digits. And it's a shame because it's not just nuzlocking where this happens. If it was that and it was like, oh, it's not the type of content that people come to my channel for, well then fair enough. But it seems to happen all the time. Whether I'm making music, so like nerdcore, whether I'm playing a game like Smash Brothers, Smash Community, whether it's playing Pokemon, shiny hunting or nuzlocking. I don't feel like I get that much interaction at all. And I guess in a way, I just don't know. And I feel like part of it is also just the fact that like my mental condition like comes into play because I'm just gonna say right now I am autistic. I'm like really bad with this kind of stuff, so bear with me if I say something wrong. But I am autistic. I am depressed, and I am anxious. And some people, or rather like myself and like some other people, like have possibly theorized that I have Asperger's. We don't call it. We don't really say Asperger's anymore. It's just another case of autism. But it kind of just maybe it's just like the way that I like talk to other people, because I don't know. I'd like to think of myself as a nice person, but if there's so little people like at my streams, then I don't know if I'm like being nice to people. Because I feel like if you were nice to someone, then it would be they would constantly come to your streams. But I don't know. Maybe people are just busy. Maybe people are like doing like school or a job or some other passion project. I I just want a sense of belonging somewhere. And even then, like certain like friends of mine as well. Like I try to integrate myself more and more with like friends, and it feels like I am just ignored. I don't know if that's the right word. I've had this conversation. And I've had this conversation before with like a few other friends of mine, but I said like here that like I feel like I'm not really liked, and I don't know why. Because there are people that I regularly talk to that also seem to not want to interact with me for no real reasons. I might be friends with those people's friends, but for some reason, those people just don't really seem to like me as well. And I feel like this is also like getting into, like, you know what, I guess it is like a sense of like I'm lacking a sense of belonging in both the community and friend groups, because I'm really trying to integrate myself in both, and I just don't feel like I'm getting that much in return. I feel like I'm not being treated too well. Like for example, I'm a lonely person. I'm gonna say right now, and I do try to start up voice chats. Um, and like that's just one thing. For example, I try to like stream. It feels like no one really shows up. Then someone else in my friend group will stream something similar, and it seems like more people join that. I join a voice chat to possibly start things up. Nobody comes in. The moment I leave a voice chat, though, it seems like more people start to like join in just because, oh, it seems like now I have the time. But I don't know. All in all, I came to the conclusion that communities and friend groups just don't seem to care about me. And this makes me sound really self-centered as well, because of course the world doesn't revolve around me. But if it did, then the world is also like really treating me poorly, and a lot of other people are constantly treating several others way better. I'm just like, what did I do to make it so I'm not as approachable? I don't know. And it's even like gotten to a point where this even includes friends. And I'm not going to like say like who, obviously, because that's not fair to my actual friends and stuff. But it feels like time is just not of the essence. I want to like hang out with friends, and they're not available most of the time, or rather, even more often is they say that, hey, let's hang out at this time or something. So I wait until that time, and then it doesn't happen. I feel it's not. I don't want to use the word like I've been cheated or I've been lied to or I've been deceived, because those are really like harmful things to like say about friends, especially. But then also, like, what do I call it? Because I don't like the idea that my friends are lying to me. Because I feel like at that point, my trust in us being friends, whether it's involving me and someone else, that trust goes down for me. It's just like, okay, I don't know. You say these things, but it never actually happens. So you make plans for us to hang out, and we don't actually hang out. So I'm just thinking, did I do something wrong in this whole thing? What am I doing? I just want to belong somewhere. And whenever I get like really close to people, it feels like they start to distance. And I can only assume that it's either something out of my control or something else that I might be doing that causes people to distance themselves. And quite frankly, I don't even know how to make new friends in this day and age. Because I lived in a time, well, especially like as of these like past 6 years, I had to go through. I imagine everyone else who watches this, I had to go through a time where most of the stuff that we had to do was completely online, um, and I feel like that really hindered the ways that I make friends. I try to interact with like several other people in like different communities. Oh, I like this VTuber. I like this creator. I like this thing about a game that I like. I like this competitive gaming. I don't feel like it goes anywhere. And I don't know. What the hell, man? This is really hard to talk about. If it isn't obvious, this is really, really difficult to talk about. I'm not even going to edit this. I don't really want to edit this. The only reason that you saw a cut in the recording is because there's literally a pause button on my on my OBS. So, yeah, I just what do I say? What do I say right now? I want to belong somewhere, but it feels like every opportunity that I have, it doesn't work. I want to make opportunities for myself, but then other people seem to shut it down. And it's like, man, I try to be nice to people, and I still want to be nice to people. But also like, what good is being nice when people aren't being nice to you back? I don't know. This doesn't mean I'm not I'm this doesn't mean I'm going to be like mean completely now. But because I don't like being mean. I don't like to think of myself as mean. I want to be nice. I try to be as nice as possible. I want to be a very nice person. I want to be someone who people can say, "Oh, I think this person's really cool." And it's gonna come from both sides, right? I need to figure out how to properly integrate myself, like how everyone else is, like what is everyone else doing that I'm not. But also, I wish that people were allowing of opportunities to be made in the first place. This is a really messy, like, mind joggle. So, I don't know. What do I what do I say that I haven't already? I'm just, yeah. I think that's that.